Well, welcome back to another episode of Plants by Jasmine. I'm Jasmine, and if you're new here, this is my journey going from a plant mom to a plant collector, and I have some really great news today, actually. I received a message from a company about reviewing some of their products, and I wanted to do a quick unboxing. The problem is I got a little bit too excited when it came in the mail and I unboxed it before actually getting the camera out. So today I want to talk about a few items that came from Grow Queen. And if you don't know what Grow Queen is, you need to go check it out. They are local here in Denver, Colorado, but they don't have a brick and mortar shop. So they do it all online. You can find them on Amazon and you can find them at a lot of the local shops here in Denver, which is so fun. But anyway, they reached out to me and they provided me 3 different products. The first product that I'm super impressed with already is their Grow Queen all-in-one all-purpose organic plant food. It is just so beautifully packaged. I cannot get over it. It's just everything that I want to see on my shelf. And you all know that I am an arbor girl, but listen, I have to try other products too. Come on. What's really neat about this is it is a 2-to-3 ratio when it comes to the nitrogen, phosphorus, and the other one. I'll put it here. I always forget the third, but it's really great. So they come in just these little tiny packages. So this one is specifically for all your house plants and aeroids, flowers, and home gardens. You can use this for anything like that, which is super nice. And simply, you just dust it into the soil and then water it really well when you do that. The first time I used this to water my plants, I actually just poured it into my pitcher. Although that was nice because that's something that I'm used to. I'm used to liquid fertilizer. This is not a liquid fertilizer. It's a dry fertilizer. So you'd sprinkle it on, as I said, and then pour the water over it and make sure it's well watered. Can't say I have a preference for either one yet because I've only used this one time outside of today. So I'm about to put it on all of my plants again, try it out. What does excite me about this is I've already seen significant growth since using Grow Queen. Makes sense that it's the queen. And I've been using arbor for a long time. So the fact that I'm seeing more growth with Grow Queen, I'm so sorry, arbor. I'm so sorry. Big deal, right? It's just showing me that this stuff really freaking works. So check this out. I watered this, oh my gosh, probably 3 weeks ago with Grow Queen in it. And I am already seeing so much growth. Like this girl right here. This is my monstera. She's probably about like years old. It's actually 2 separate plants in this one container. But you can see a whole other growth here too. Wow, go Queen, go! I love it. But I have more to talk about when it comes to this particular monstera. As you can tell, it's very juvenile. It's very young. It has pretty small leaves, but it's doing super well. I also used Grow Queen for my Alocasia cuprea, and look at what is already popping out. You see that? Can't even remember. I think this is the newest leaf. Yes, it is. So this is the newest leaf that came out when I first got it from Overgrown Home. And then already I'm starting to see a whole other new growth, which is so exciting. I was so nervous about bringing in Alocasia into my home because I'd never done anything with Alocasias, and it's going really well. So super excited. I also used it to fertilize, well, all of my plants, but these are the plants that I've seen significant growth. My philodendron Birkin as well. Look at this. Like, I don't even know what's going on with this particular one right here. It is such an interesting shoot off. At first I thought that it was going to be a flower because just the way that it's coming out there, I was like, it has this like sheath. It's super strange. Actually, I think it is just a leaf, but this thing has just been doing so well since I brought it home. Where did I get this from? Oh my gosh. I can't remember, but I've been super happy with this plant and I'm actually considering repotting it today. So I'm gonna set that aside for sure. They're awesome. Grow Queen is great. So that's just one of the products that they sent me. I would like to review the other two that I actually haven't even been able to try yet. The other one that they sent me is for succulent and cacti. It can also be used for bonsai, snake plants, and Hoyas. It is a 1.53:2 ratio, which is very specific for fertilize my snake plants and my Hoyas and everything like that to support their growth. So super excited to use this today. And then they also sent me craft aeroid mix to be used for monsteras, alocasias, anthuriums, philodendrons, like anything you can name it. So we're gonna be a couple of my plants that I have, and it's a pretty chunky mix already. I'll pull it out like when I open the package to show you. I would just like to say thank you so much to Grow Queen for giving me some really cool products to use and to review with you guys here on the channel. Already after just one fertilizing, I'm seeing so much growth on my plants, which is so fun. It is spring, but still, like, I've been using Arbor for a while and I've seen a lot of growth on my plants since using this, so it's super exciting. So yeah, Grow Queen, super excited to keep using your products. Also, you can't see it, but Maisie is actually behind me in this chair. I wish you could see. She's so shy. It's so weird. Like, Honey wants to be in the camera all the time, but Maisie's like, no, I'm good. I'll hang out in the background. She's so funny. What are we doing today? Okay, we are going to repot some of our plants and talk about some struggles that I'm having with a particular plant too. And then some like causes that I think is going on with that. Again, I don't know if I stated it at the beginning of this video, but two things. This is my April plant chores video, and some of these tasks have been needing to be done for a couple of weeks. I'm just now getting to it, but as is life. Second thing is, this is my plant journey. So if you know, things seem kind of funny and I may be doing something wrong, that's okay. Just tell me in the comments, say, hey girl, try this instead. I need all the tips and tricks when it comes to being a plant collector, because this is my first time doing it. So yeah, I want to talk about my Mickey Mouse alocasia. It's so sad right now. It has gained one leaf since coming to my home. If you recall, I got this at Tagawa Gardens during my March plant chore video. And I was so excited because I've always wanted this ever since I went to Oregon with Bridget. And it's struggling a little bit. And I know that alocasias are super known for, like, especially when they're young, putting out a leaf and then a leaf dying. What I'm concerned about is just the amount of death that I'm seeing on this particular one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip off the ones that are dying, and then I think I might actually see if it needs to be repotted into a smaller pot, because I'm worried that there's just too much going on. Maybe I'm not watering enough, maybe it needs more humidity. I think that there are just several things happening, and I just wanna make sure that it's okay in the pot that it's currently in. And then we're also going to repot it in the Grow Queen aeroid mix, so I'm excited about that as well. So I've got my clippers today, and before I even begin, I'm going to spray them down with some hydrogen peroxide, just spraying them off really well, and then I'm going to dry them off. Okay, so I'm just going to start snipping away down here close to the bottom. I don't think that there's a science to this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just snipping. Oh, and now I'm gonna start digging into this. Now, last plant chore video, I made a ginormous mess, and it ended up taking me a while cleaning up. So I think this time I'm gonna take the lid of the container that I keep all of my soil in and just use that as the catcher. So we're gonna try this. Currently, it's in my really cute pot with the head, with the ears, which I love. If you've been here for a while, you know that my mother string of bananas used to be in this particular pot until it started dying, which is now separated out in many areas. So yeah, we're gonna take this out and we're gonna see what in the world is going on. It's pretty dry. I know that it probably needs, actually, I think it's just really, not as root bound as I was expecting, but it's pretty root bound. And it looks like there might be some chromes, yeah, here that I might take out. It smells like It smells like it needs new soil. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of almost mildewy, which is kind of gross, but that's just part of it. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. It was just soil. This is a pretty chunky soil, I'd say. Seeing anything right now, but I do see these, like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is just a really big root or what. We're gonna dig in a little bit further and see what's happening. It definitely has like a plug. I can see that, and that's probably just from the nursery, which I've done a little research on plugs, and I don't think that they're necessarily as bad as everyone thinks, depending on the fabric that's used. Okay, I'm not seeing any like corms or anything like that necessarily. I just see like babies, I guess. I don't really know what they are. I obviously need to do a little more research on this plant because I just don't know what that is. And then I also see it right here too. Like, what's happening? I don't know if that's just a big ass root or what, which I don't think it is, but it could be. And I just don't know. I'm gonna dig just a little bit more around and see what's happening. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave them. Yeah, I'm gonna loosen these too much because I don't want to damage any of the roots because they look really, really healthy. One thing that I had seen is like an alocasia pops out a leaf and then one dies and then it comes out with another leaf and then another leaf dies. That could be a sign that the root system is not big enough to support that many leaves. So that's a good thing. It made me feel like I needed to fret. I think that since the roots look pretty good and only a little bit root bound, that maybe, yeah, going back in there, that maybe it just needs, one fell off. I'm putting this in perlite. You see this? It fell off. It's going in perlite. Thinking that maybe it just needs more humidity is what I think. So although I don't like this idea, I think I might just put it straight in this. I would prefer to put it in another plastic pot, but I actually don't have any more pots to put it in. I have some in my Amazon cart, but I just haven't gotten to order them yet. So we're gonna go straight in and we're just gonna hope for the best. So let me pull out this Grow Queen mix. This is the Craft Aeroid mix. It's gonna open this baby up and see what's going on. Oh, I opened it up and this was it. Thanks, Grow Queen, for a bonus one, I guess. So this is pretty chunky. In there. Don't know. It says, please read hand mix for even distribution. I like it, Grow Queen, but I think it might need some more, lamination. It also has a QR code back here for tips and tricks on how to use, which is super nice. It's just falling apart a little bit, but very cool. So I'm gonna do a quick hand mix as it suggested. It is pretty chunky, so I see a lot of perlite. I see some orchid bark, some charcoal, but it looks pretty chunky. So we're just gonna go ahead and fill it in. And of course, I love getting my hands all in the soil. I think it's so fun. I'm just gonna carefully put it in here and then I'll just fill it all around. So I've got it all filled up now. I have my pitcher of water down here below. But before I do that, I'm gonna put some Grow Queen fertilizer on top. So I've got my Grow Queen. And then I'm just going to sprinkle it on top. Oops, I think you're supposed to measure this. Do as I'm saying and measure it, not as I'm doing right now. Am I supposed to touch it with my fingers? Probably not either, but you know what? It's what we're doing today. So now I'm just gonna give it a really deep drink. It gets a nice solid sip. Cool, I think that's pretty good. I have a plate where it typically is over here. So I'm gonna put it back on that plate so it can drain. Oh, it's just draining out. Look, oh no. Oh, I made it. Everything survived. What is nice is now I have a 6-inch pot that I can probably put my philodendron birkin in. Along with that, I am gonna go ahead and put this little guy. It's got like growth right here. I don't know if you can see that. See it right there? I'm gonna go ahead and put it in, I think, some perlite and soil in this and just see what happens. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put soil at the bottom. I realized that with my pothos clippings that I put the perlite at the bottom, which was fine. but the holes at the bottom of these pots are so big that the perlite just keeps kind of falling out. Just creates a mess for me. So I think this is just gonna be how it is for now. We're gonna see how this goes. I just stuck it in. We're gonna give it a good rinse of water and hope for the best at this point. Cool. Okay. What I do like about this craft aeroid mix is it has the not zipper. This is not a zipper. What is this? This thing that closes. So it's you don't have to worry about rolling it up or anything. So I like that. Oh, it also tells you what's in it. There's gypsum. There's also lava rock. There's fir bark, alfalfa, worm castings, and NZ tree fern. Some of this I'm not super familiar with. It's also peat-free and pumice over perlite. Perlite requires energy-intensive processing and can easily break down over time, weakening soil structure. Pumice, a natural volcanic rock, comes straight from the earth without processing and holds up much longer, making it more sustainable and durable choice for improving soil structures and drainage. Grow Queen, you have taught me something today. I literally just used perlite in this guy right here, and it's true. It's very like fireable, if you know what I'm saying. I do work with asbestos, not that I work with asbestos myself. I just like been trained in asbestos, and when it can crumble at the pressure of your hand, called fireable. Fun fact, I do a lot at my job, so welcome. So now I'm just gonna water this real quick and give it a good soak, and we'll just set it aside for now so it can drain. So I think now at this point we're just gonna move on to repotting the philodendron birkin. At this point in the video, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. Followers or subscribers on YouTube, almost to 50 subscribers on YouTube, and that is a huge deal. Like 50 people in a room is a lot of people, and just knowing that I have that many people supporting me is so cool on this passion project that I have. This is not something that I ever imagined that I would be doing, and just feeling more and more comfortable being able to put content out for you guys, and like the community here in Denver is so neat, and I'm so thankful for it. So I just wanted to say thank you so very much. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and repot this philodendron birkin. This has been in my collection for the past, I'd say 3 months. Oh, I got it at the plant garage. Where did I get this from? Yeah, this is the second plant shop tour that I ever did. So we are going to repot it into this 6-inch, because currently it is in a 4-inch. Oh, in a 4-inch, and it's just so wobbly. It makes me so nervous. So I'm hoping that I can put it a little farther in. This is also going to give me some time to like see what's going on with it. I don't like the fact that I'm repotting it in such a like active time of it growing, because there's so many new leaves coming out of it, but it is just so wobbly. It scares me. Some difficulties getting it out. I'm just squeezing the bottom right now just to see what's happening. Oh, a little bit moist, I will say. Not quite root bound, I would say. There are quite a few roots down here, but I wouldn't say that it's anywhere near root bound. I will say I think it's a little too wet, at least for my liking. So I'm just gonna loosen this up, and then I'm gonna pot it in Grow Queen again, in the pot that we took our Mickey Mouse from. Looks like it's doing super well. The roots look good. I've also been doing like a little research on, oh gosh, this is a mess. Hold on. Little research on what aeroids are. What I'm finding is it's pretty encompassing of a lot of the houseplants that we have. Still like learning some about it, but I would like to put out a video eventually on like what is an aeroid and what are the differences that you can find in the aeroid species. Don't know if y'all are interested in it, but I am. That's what we're doing. So I'm just gonna fill it around. So I think the only thing is I've only potted 2 plants and I'm already almost out of Grow Queen. That makes me super sad. That's okay. We can always get more. Probably could have ordered a bigger size, but I did not. And I'm also not being like stingy with it. Definitely used all of it. Great. Well, Grow Queen, thank you. You've taught me a lot within just this one bag. And I'm excited to see what happens with the philodendron birkin and the Mickey Mouse over the next couple of months. So in May, during the chores video, I will show you what happens with it. So we're gonna give this guy a good water. It's much more stable now, which I am, I forgot to put the Girl Queen fertilizer. Oh no. We're gonna put some, again, measure, y'all, measure. Don't just dump it in here like I am. I'm gonna water it now that it's fertilized, and it's very well watered now. Oh, it's leaking a lot. Ah! There's such a mess to clean up after this. So earlier it was in this terracotta pot, which definitely needs to be cleaned for sure. I'm gonna have to find a different place to put it, but woo! Let's see if it fits back in here. It'll do for now. Cool. Looks so much better already. Just being a little more stable. So super happy to see that. Okay, the next part of this video is I have had this jade plant in this water at the back of my greenhouse for months now. It like started dying in the soil that it was in, and it was also just getting very, very tall. Like I just couldn't really manage it. It wasn't very stable. Then it's just been in water, and it's not growing leaves. It's just like its own little biome down here. But what it is doing is creating a lot of these roots up here at the top, which I'm not really sure if I can show you before I clip it, but there's a lot. So what I think I might do is just cut them down, and then I'm gonna put them in a mixture like this guy, and then see what happens. Because I definitely love a good jade plant. I think they're really pretty, but this guy just needs a restart. So that's what we're gonna do. Only situation with this that I'm a little nervous about is I was going to cut them yesterday so that the cut could dry out, but I didn't do that. We're gonna cut them and put them straight into soil and then hope that they don't rot, because I don't have any super glue that I can think of. So typically, like with propagating, you want to cut them the day before and allow them to dry out so that they don't rot or mold or whatever and end up killing your propagation. There are ways around it where you can go ahead and cut them the day of, and then you can cover the cut with super glue so you don't have to worry about just letting it dry out. But again, as I said, I don't have any. So we're just gonna go straight into it and, hope for the best. As always, gonna clean these off since the last cut with a Mickey Mouse. And we're gonna start chopping and placing. So here we go. Oh, this one doesn't have any. We're gonna put that guy back. I think it's this one that has one. Yeah, they're still tied together though. Okay, I cut up one of them. This one, I just chopped off one from. This one's growing, and it also still has like babies coming out. So I don't want to like with it too much since something's going right. I also like off some of the leaves that were really close to the bottom of these. So then I can go ahead and propagate those. I have a little container that I use that I just toss in there and then let them go. Further reflection, these are some really big cuts. I think that the plant itself would do better if I let it dry out tomorrow, maybe tonight, since tomorrow's Monday and I'll be back at work. But tonight I can just go ahead and put them in some soil and they'll be just fine. So that's my plan. I think the only other things that I kind of wanted to talk about, just future things, is I do plan on putting this Monstera on a pole soon, actually both, so that they can climb. That's something that I've not ever done before. So if you have any really cool companies that I could purchase moss poles from, please comment below. I am super excited to start that. They've got some pretty thick growing aerial roots right now, so I think it would be a good time to go ahead and put them on a moss pole, and hopefully we get some really large leaves from it, since it's still kind of a juvenile Monstera and it's still pretty young. I think it would also benefit really well for it, and it would be a great experiment for this channel. I think that's really all that I was going to do today. Thank you so much, Grow Queen, for sending me these really awesome products. I'm so excited to continue using them. I am a huge fan, so thank you so much. And I think you might have converted me. So anyway, to everyone watching this, thank you again, and I will see you on the next one.